Yo, what's up, guys? Why not be reckless? aka Why not be casting here? We have another banger of a freaking video for you guys. Today, we're gonna be breaking down Cykul gameplay, at least focusing on Cykul's point of view, but we do a lot of a macro gameplay and talk about what Shopify Rebellion do as a whole. Lots of times when I do these videos, I like to highlight one player and try to pick up their tendencies of what they do, but for some reason, this video was just highlighting the entirety of Shopify Rebellion and, more importantly, their game planning going into this, because oh my gosh, they were prepared and a well-oiled machine. So we watch a lot of Cykul point of view, but this is really an overall team breakdown and breaking down how to play King of the Hill at the top level. So keep in mind, going into this first hill, what we're probably going to see is a setup looking similar, and we talk about this a lot. We're going to talk about this later on in the video as well. Gold and A side setup here is what we're probably looking at. A player in the hill, obviously, and then this fourth person can be a bit of a floater. And whenever I say floater, I don't mean just floating around the map randomly. I think the goal is to spawn the enemy team back C and away from the hill as far as possible. And as they identify where the pressure is coming from, this player watching anybody going from tower to gold to warn the top A or the bottom A guy. This player watch anybody going from glass to gold. He's gonna warn the gold side player. I did want to see that, and then as we start to see where these players move, that's where this player can really move around a bit. We could see him play needle side. We could see him play bottom A and top A. We could even see a bat ledge. You know, I think as long as you have hill and, most important, two players on the opposite side watching his perimeter, almost like in chess. You know, you never see a king by himself. You know what I'm saying? Like you see a king behind two pieces. The king can't do much by himself. Hill guy can't do anything by himself. He needs his pawns, his bishops, his knights around him to defend him. As long as these two are here, this hill guy's theoretically gonna be all right. And like I said, that fourth player can now reposition and help where necessary around the actual setup itself. So that's what we're gonna kind of see around this first hill, and I guess we'll see, because I could be totally wrong. Let's get right into the video. We're gonna do Cykul gameplay. We're gonna do Cykul gameplay, yes. But I really want to analyze the starting strat for Shopify Rebellion. So let's see that first, and let's see what their plan is attacking from the A side. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I hate playing from the A side. I like playing from the C side for camo, especially with the shroud spawning blue pipes like that. I really like playing from the from the C side.
Capture and hold the available hill.
Interesting. Notice how, and mind you, in my ranked gameplay, a lot of people going two people whirlpool and then like towards shock. Shopify Rebellion send 0 people whirlpool side. Are we noticing that? We have 2 people pushing tower, and we had 2 that were addressing the straight push over towards camo. Nobody is pushing whirlpool. And obviously we're prioritizing camo. Like, that to me makes sense, but for some reason, people always send, if not 1, 2, and sometimes even 3 people whirlpool side. And I'm like, bro, are we just ignoring camo? Cykul wins his 1v1. It's an immediate 3 down for SSG, just winning these fights and winning the camouflage over. And then we're going to hop in with Cykul, wins his 1v1 and is able to push up for that camo. Again, nobody pushing whirlpool side. And now you have camo and shock. Already going to be a tough.
Oh my.
Tough spot for SSG. Right now, we're trying to I just get some information here, find out where to be pushing from. Notice how the moment a player pushes gold, Cykul's willing to sacrifice hill time to make sure we clear this gold side out. Like, does end up dying, but a trade out in lives. Keep in mind, his 2 players over toward the A side did go down. So this was a fairly successful push for SSG until you notice they're spawning back goals. So SSG, although got some kills, it seems like they trade out their lives in order to do so. Now we're going to attack map this up here. I think it's important. So, you have 2 people A side, one in gold, one in hill. We got kills here. Notice how we got kills. So let's check it out. So literally they cleared out 3 of the 4 players from Shopify Rebellion. But notice how what ends up happening is you cleared out A. You even traded your life with somebody in gold. They went 3 or 4 down in order to do that, though. So what ends up happening is it seemed like at least 1 or 2 players spawned A side for SSG. But what happened is because they were never able to follow up on the kills, kill out on A, and then push forward to gold, this 1 player in gold gives them gold corner spawns. And it's not the end of the world for Space Station Gaming. It's not. It's honestly not the end of the world for Space Station Gaming, but it's definitely unfavorable for them. Because again, last shot spawns here. Let's see what Cykul spawns. Cykul spawns here. They're spawning gold, so they're spawning in a more favorable position than SSG. SSG still have to push into gold and get another break. They worked so hard to put Shopify Rebellion 3 down, but they traded out their lives and never were able to block spawn. So now we have a clean kill coming for SSG. Cykul ends up going down. Now this is what SSG want. Killing them off the gold side, and now spawning Cykul and World 2 on the opposite side of the map to where the actual hill is. That was a better push for Space Station Gaming. I know we're watching this from Cykul point of view. I just want to point out some stuff, especially in the early game. Ooh. Try to get it with the insta-splode action. By the way, guys, I mean, dude, if you know somebody's hiding over toward the pillars, trying to insta-splode them is a great way to get them out. Great way to do some damage. If you throw a frag, lots of times they can hear the frag landing and kind of move around it. And insta-splode is a little bit more unpredictable and can really catch somebody off guard. Love that play by Cykul. Great collapse. Great collapse all together too, by the way. Ooh. On. Not only do they have hill control, they're about to steal this hill from SSG, but they're also able to get away with camo as well. This is huge, bro. This is freaking huge. Cykul doesn't have to overcommit over towards A. It looks like he wanted to get involved with the players over towards batteries. Check this out. So he picks up camo. Right as SSG is spawning. So SSG don't know where Cykul is. Cykul appears out of nowhere. Gets himself a kill. Now they know where Cykul is. Cykul wants to get involved and help his teammates over towards batteries, but he realizes they're so close to getting the hill and they have so much pressure here that he almost says, you know what? Let me chill. Let me stay. I know the hill's moving towards blue pipes. Let me get a head start because SSG have not punted that last hill. They have not sent 2 or 3 people to set up over toward the blue pipe side. So Cykul can get over to this side of the map and disrupt this setup before it actually gets formulated, before it actually gets set up on them. Look at it. Huge back smack. I'm sure he would have wanted a clean kill there, but no matter what, still, the ability to not only take the first hill, but also to disrupt SSG from setting up on the next hill early, and now they have control of that as well, is massive. Keep in mind, Cykul was playing this angle because he was the last person to spawn, and he's playing a 3-1 split. One of the things that I hate is if you're the first one to spawn and you don't take space. Like if you're the first, if your team isn't already having the seaside control, I don't like playing this gold angle. If you have three players that are close to the hill, this is where you take an off angle. I believe if they didn't have 2 or 3 players here and only 1 player was in the hill, Cykul would have pushed through long haul and played a lot more of a closer, more supportive role to last shot over toward that bottom pit side. That's what I believe. I'm sure if you guys disagree, probably let me know in the comments down below. Great damage. Great job committing to that. Even more damage over toward the A side. I don't mind this death only because the team is already 2 down here. If you have to die to put the enemy team 3 down, I think it's worth it. I really think it's worth it. Like putting down this damage right here and then dying, but knowing that they're 2 down and knowing World 2 is going to pick up your kill. What is this player going to do by himself? What are the players going to do by himself? Like, show that again because for some reason win. So he dies here. World 2 guys are getting this kill. Now they're staggered. 1 player gets to spawn into 2, but spawn on the opposite side of the map. What are they going to do on the opposite side of the map when they're fresh off of a 3 down? He was about to be captured here. Like, I don't mind dying to put trading out your life to put enemy team 3 down. I'll take that trade any day of the week. When you put enemy team 3 down, you essentially stop any offense or defense that they have at all. Thanks for the streak, Hollow Tide. Appreciate you, brother.
Please remain calm.
So this is probably one of the first times that we're seeing SSG having to make complete offense right now. It's not a full setup for SSG, but you see like they're 1 down, but you see the setup starting to formulate. A player's trying to get to A. A player's trying to get to goal to watch that cross. Like we're seeing the setup start to formulate for SSG, and Shopify Rebellion need kills right now. Like you have them 1 down, but you're still at a disadvantage. It's right now Cykul and World 2. So how do we attack this right now for Shopify Rebellion?
Active camo available.
It looks like they bought time to attack from tower to A, get the camouflage, and attack right up the mid. They actually send nobody through gold, by the way. Nobody through gold. Why not be trolling? Whose account is that? Whenever I play, it seems like I'm trolling, so I agree with that. I agree with that name. So it feels like Cykul's getting gypped on some of these kills, man. That's like the second time where it seems like a melee just doesn't go his way, doesn't get a trade or a clean kill like he should have. That's the second time we've seen that now. I'm not gonna lie, I'd be a little frustrated if I was Cykul. Has to step out of hill to stay alive here. I love that last shot just immediately replaces him in that hill. And it looks like last shot wants to. I wonder exactly. So notice Cykul's weak. Last shot jumps in hill. That makes sense. Now here, last shot could go back to his post and go watch gold, but it seems like he's the one who says, "Let me play the objective," and it's Cykul that's going to play this gold post instead. So. Last shot obviously feels either comfortable playing angles and objective in King of the Hill. Maybe they feel like Cykul is better at holding off an angle. That's something to recognize. That's going to be something to recognize throughout the season. Does that continue where if there's an option between last shot and Cykul to play objective, more specifically at hill time, will last shot be that objective player, as some might say, the hill witch? I think some of you young people say, be the hill witch. And allow Cykul to be that perimeter player. Is this just the play call that they prefer because his game style or his play is better for that specific role? That's something I want to keep an eye out throughout the entire season, and as we continue to analyze more Shopify Rebellion gameplay. Remember that. So, by the way, guys, we kind of referred to the setup before, but I kind of want to just show you guys. Now, some of you guys might already know this. If you do, I'm sorry, but some of y'all might learn something here. And so I know I'm pausing a lot, but I want to be able to help, some of my advanced, viewers and some of my not so advanced viewers. So for those of y'all don't know, whether it's oddball, whether it's King of the Hill, no matter what the game type is, strongholds, you have to understand an A to gold setup. And most of the time, that's going to mean a player over towards top or bottom A. That's going to mean a player over towards gold, in hill, and even no matter what it is going to be either towards needles. And this right here is the foundation of your setup. The fourth player is going to be that roaming type of player. We're not roaming around the map is what I'm saying, but roaming as in he can fill in multiple positions based on where the team is pushing. So if we know the team is heavily pushing over towards tower, well, in that case, that player is going to play towards bottom A. So the way this setup is going to work is this player that's top A or bottom A is going to watch any players that are going glass to gold or long haul to bottom gold stairs, while this guy top gold is going to watch any players going from tower to A. Just because this guy is A doesn't mean his focus is on tower to A. That doesn't mean that's his focus. His focus is actually on the complete opposite side of the map. His focus is to warn him if anybody's pushing from tower to A, and then that's when he changes his focus to play. So you're going to notice this is a very, very common theme across oddball, King of the Hill, strongholds. It doesn't matter. If you want to play Halo ranked at a high level, even platinum or diamond level, you need to understand this setup in order to be successful in recharge, because recharge is so setup heavy, very similar to like the Halo 3 maps and Halo 3 gameplay back in the day. Recharge brings you back, and it brings you back to the fundamentals of understanding and holding a setup and then ultimately breaking the setup. So again, this player's watching his cross, this player's watching this cross, and then a lot of people don't realize, but even if you're not playing King of the Hill, say you're playing oddball, for example, and the oddball is in the hands of one of your players here, this position is still strong. Because you may not realize it, but you can see anybody going from tower to mid bridge, anybody going from tower to a cross. You can also shift your focus and play anybody from long haul. And I will say, if you're needles and play your angle right, this actually can be a strong position. Now, in King of the Hill, obviously the guy has to be in the hill here, but this is a much stronger position than people actually think, even without the hill being a factor. So just want to explain that for the people that don't know. For the people that just don't know. And I know a lot of you viewers already like, yo, Tony, I already know this. But a lot of people might have learned something there. So sorry for the extra pauses here.
Your team score. Hill incoming. Hill ready.
Shock rifle inbound. Active camo inbound.
Hill.
This is what surprises me. SSG know this hill is done for. So for me at my diamond level gameplay, I'm usually telling my team, okay guys, let's push towards the next hill and let's set up. I wonder if SSG, because they know that all of Shopify Rebellion are still on the A side, and that even if they die, they'll probably spawn C side. Is that why they continue to pressure? They're not pressuring for the hill, right? Like, I don't think Shopify Rebellion were playing games where they were stepping out of the hill and forcing the push. They're not playing. I mean, this hill was done for, so there's no way anybody can be in the hill. I wonder if the thought process is get the kills, and as they get kills, rotate back and block the C side, because that's where ultimately the hill is moving. And then even if they die, they probably still spawn C. Is that the game plan? Because like I said, if this is me, I'm saying, guys, give up on this hill. Let's push back. But they're still pushing.
Hill
they're still pushing forward, and one player did spawn back blue. I don't know if you noticed that, but now actually no, now they died, and now they're spawning out. Like I think a better play would have been stop pushing A, stop pushing gold, and stay and surround tower. Like literally bring players. If I'm SSG and all of Shopify Rebellion are all over gold, I'm saying maybe we keep 2 players tower like they did. But I'm saying let's keep one guy here. Let's keep one guy closer to the long haul, not even pushing the gold side. But maybe they need that gold control. I'm not sure. But I feel like a better play would have been a more passive play. And I feel like they did die a lot more forward than expected. And now look where Frosty's spawning. Look where Cykul is right now. It seems like you've completely given up any opportunity to play for this hill because of the over-aggression. Now, again, this is just me and my high diamond, low onyx opinion, you know? Eventually, they do get the kills, get the hill back, so, you know, clearly it works out for them. What just happened? Lucid, you dirty dog. Bro, we gotta watch this. Hold on. Bro. Great damage. I'll be honest, I actually thought he got both of the kills there. He got 2 assists, which, again, is really good. Great damage, stays alive. Like, one thing I've noticed from, like, a lot of like my teammates' gameplay and matchmaking is they feel like they have to be the ones to get the kill. If you do the damage and your team gets the kill and you put yourself in a 4v2 situation, like who cares who gets the kill? Like the game is played through advantage, not through kills. I think that's a common misconception with Halo. Like people think kill, like them specifically getting kills turns into objective time. Like, no, it's your team getting an advantage, whether it's you getting the kill or somebody else. It really doesn't matter.
Enemy team.
Okay. 2 minutes and 11 seconds on the clock, and this game ends 3-1. So at this point, maybe Shopify Rebellion are playing. Yeah, they're playing time. They're not stepping foot in this hill. 2 minutes and 11 seconds. They're up 2 hills. They have already started playing time. At this point, this is no longer a game of them scoring the last hill, and this is just a game of Slayer, pretty much, and playing SSG to the shot clock. SSG are able to overwhelm the A side, which is really good for them. Shopify Rebellion really want C side control and then eventually convert that to C side and A side control if possible. Which I guess it's King of the Hill is multiple setups. So I guess I got to do multiple of these. So to make sense of what I was just saying, most likely they want to start off with C side control. Then eventually they want to advance through tower after getting around the slays. Like if they never get to clear around the slays, they stay C no matter what. They stay C. Now, eventually, if they're able to slay out here and force the enemy team to spawn gold side, they're going to be really happy with that. Because then they're going to say, okay, we're not just happy with C, almost like kind of like playing strongholds, going for a trip cap. We're going to control C and A and make them spawn back gold as far away from the hill as possible. That's most likely what they're looking to do. It starts with C side control. That's where you start. And then eventually, if you can control this entire half of the map, you're golden. I think that's what they're going to play for.
Active camo. Inbound.
So again, right now is buying time. A lot of by the way, guys, a lot of times I will say this: if you're playing time, again, your goal is not to get kills yourself. At this point, you should be prioritizing staying alive more than even playing for the hill. The reason being is that if you're 4 up, they can't get hill time most of the time. So lots of times, like they have to do a significant amount of damage to you to get you out of a line of sight in order to play hill. So I would say every bit of life that you earn by putting down damage, staying alive, putting down damage, staying alive, stops them from pushing, stops them from getting hill time. Like a lot of times people will die for a kill when you're playing time. Your most important value in holding a setup is your life and your positioning, and then staying within a reasonable damage differential that you can hold your lane. It's more important than the kill to stay alive and put down that damage, is what I'm trying to say.
Shock rifle inbound. Vital signs. Not fast.
I feel like this particular video has been a lot more about analyzing just like macro in game as opposed to site. Lots of I've been trying. I wanted to highlight Cykul, and I feel like I haven't done a very good job of that, and I apologize. I feel like we've done more macro talk here, which I think is still. I think this is still gonna be a good video, but I feel like I really want to highlight Cykul. We're gonna do another Cykul video, so this way we can specifically highlight him. Jeez, oh, he's sniping like that. Lucid again. Loosey goosey. Oh, daddy. If we would hit that too, I'd have freaked out. Look how much time they wasted. 27 seconds right now. 27 seconds. You got to think, even if SSG are able to capture this hill, less than 30 seconds to capture another hill, because keep in mind, as long as they're in the hill, the neutral time will stop. Less than 30 seconds to capture another hill, which is another centralized hill. From one centralized hill to another is crazy, bro. I mean, this is tough. SSG have little, I mean, as a Shopify Rebellion, have literally successfully done 2 minutes of slaying on one hill. 2 minutes of slaying on one hill.
Victory.
And that's it. And not only do they win the game, but for me, it's like, it's simple gameplay, man. Like it to me, from what I saw, it is just simple, fundamental gameplay. Understanding how to break a setup together, understanding how to hold a setup, moving from one hill to another, like thinking one step ahead. Like this right here was. And this wasn't somebody dropping an overkill to shift the changes and dropping like 70 kills in one match. If anything, the slays were probably fairly even. This was just great fundamental Halo. Like if you want to learn how to play King of the Hill on just a fundamental level, in my opinion, watch that. Watch that again, because that was just good Halo. And mind you, it's against one of the best teams in the world in Space Station Gaming. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like they're doing this against freaking like you know an open bracket team. It's not like they're doing this in ranked. They're doing this against one of the best teams in the world. People who largely said going into the season would be the second best team in the world. That's absolutely amazing. Guys, if you like this type of content, please interact with the video. Like, subscribe, comment down below. It lets me know that you like this type of content. I'm going to continue doing it, but it also lets the YouTube algorithm know that you like this type of content and push it to more people who might be interested in this type of content. So until next time, peace out.